Every story has a soul. Some are carried in whispers, some etched in time, waiting to be told. Here at Taboot Sakina, we bring these stories to life. Tales of wisdom, sacrifice, and truth that shape who we are. This is a space for seekers, for thinkers, for those who believe that knowledge has no boundaries. So, come along. Let's journey through the past to understand our present. Welcome to Taboot Sakina.
Humanity's true origin is often shrouded in mystery and distortion. Many believe we emerge from cycles of conflict, struggle, and incest. Yet the preserved wisdom of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him and his purified household, reveals a different truth. Through the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt, we learn of a divinely ordained path, one that ensured purity, knowledge, and moral distinction from the very beginning. This is the story of Adam, his lineage, and the schism that forever shaped the fate of humanity. After Abel, Habil was tragically slain, and Cain, Qabil, was cast into exile with his family, Adam, peace be upon him, and Eve, Hawa, were granted two new sons to restore divine order. These sons were Seth, Sheeth, and Ashout, Ayshaan. Unlike Qabil, who had turned to corruption, Seth and Ashout were destined to continue humanity under divine guidance. To ensure a lineage of purity, Seth and Ashout were given celestial spouses Nazla and Manzila, beings from the heavens, untainted by worldly corruption. Through this divine union, Seth had 17 sons, while Ashout had 17 daughters. Thus, humanity continued, free from the notion of incest, refuting common misconceptions. This division in Adam's lineage marked the first great schism in human history, forming two distinct societies. The people of the mountain. Under the guidance of Seth, Sheeth, the righteous settled in the highlands, symbolizing their spiritual elevation. They safeguarded divine knowledge, practiced discipline, and lived in reverence. Their wisdom was preserved through generations, ensuring moral integrity. They avoided intermingling with the exiled lineage of Qabil, keeping their practices pure. The exiled lineage of Cain. Cain, Qabil, and his descendants, cast out to the lowlands, developed societies rooted in materialism, greed, and deception. They manipulated knowledge for power, twisting divine truths for their own gain. Their corruption spread rapidly, leading to oppression, war, and hedonism. The pursuit of self-interest became their defining trait, breaking away from divine order. This division echoes throughout history, between wisdom and ignorance, purity and corruption, divine law and human arrogance. Over generations, a momentous event altered the course of history. 200 individuals from the righteous lineage abandoned their discipline and descended to the lowlands. Seeking personal freedom and desires, they turned away from their spiritual responsibilities. They shared sacred knowledge with the exiled descendants of Cain. This wisdom, once meant for divine elevation, fell into the hands of the unworthy. The result was catastrophic. Knowledge became a tool of oppression, used for selfish gain rather than enlightenment. These exiles mastered metallurgy, sorcery, and manipulation, ushering in an era of absolute corruption. Once sacred knowledge had been corrupted, it was no longer a tool for enlightenment, but for domination. Truth became fragmented, distorted by those who sought power. False prophets and rulers used wisdom for personal agendas. Divine law was replaced with tyrannical governance. The followers of Seth, Sheeth, mourned this loss, knowing humanity would now struggle to distinguish truth from deception. From the earliest civilizations to the modern world, this cycle of knowledge being used for control instead of guidance has persisted. This divide did not end with Adam's sons. It became the underlying structure of human civilization. Every era witnesses a group preserving divine knowledge, often isolated and persecuted. A corrupt elite misusing wisdom for their gain. The masses caught between the two, struggling to discern the truth. This pattern is seen in the Pharaohs versus the Prophets, false scholars versus the purified family of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him and his progeny, and materialistic rulers versus spiritual guardians. This struggle is not just historical, it is ongoing. We live in an age where knowledge is abundant, yet its misuse is greater than ever. The greatest mistake of the fallen 200 was their arrogance. They believed knowledge alone could sustain them. But true divine wisdom requires discipline, humility, and guidance. As Imam Ali, peace be upon him, states in Naj al-Balagha, I am the high mountain. No bird can soar to my heights, nor can any mind reach my station. He is the final safeguard, the one whose wisdom cannot be corrupted or reached by those with impure intentions. His words and the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt serve as the eternal fortress against deception. Humanity is always faced with two paths: to guard knowledge with purity and divine guidance, to exploit knowledge for power and deception. The story of Adam's lineage is not just an ancient tale, it is our story, our test, our struggle. The truth remains with those who protect it, and its highest guardian stands upon a peak that no corrupt force can ever reach.
Stories don't end when the words stop. They live on in those who listen, reflect, and share. If this story resonated with you, let's keep the journey going. Subscribe, share, and join this growing space of wisdom and wonder. Your voice matters. Until next time, stay curious, stay enlightened.